Hello everyone, this is Kaiju Studios GTK and I'm back with another video of fixing, where I look back at a pipeline recreation or original that's based off a kaiju, movie monster, a dinosaur from pop culture, or just an original creation of mine, and see if it needs an overhaul. The first video was about fixing the Monstrous Kong pipeline recreation, and today it's about fixing the Shin Godzilla pipeline recreation, based on the Shingoji design and iteration that appeared in the 2016 film Shin Godzilla. Looking back, there are a few things that don't hold up anymore. The feet and toe claws are way too short and small, the eyes aren't accurately located in the head, and the biggest offender for me are the dorsal spines on his back. I mean, look at it. It's a jumbled mess that's just horrible to look at. So for today's video, I've decided to go ahead and fix the Shin Godzilla pipe cleaner, starting with the feet, then the underside of the tail. Now the tail itself is fine, but I feel it needs a little bit more pipe cleaner, especially on the other side, so it can hold up better. Next, I'll do the head. Add a little bit more bulkiness, you can say, and of course position the eyes correctly. And finally, the spikes are going to get redone, using reference pictures to get an idea of what I'm doing. One last thing, there's going to be minimal commentary throughout the video and just background music. So with that said, enjoy the video. Okay, so you might be noticing that I'm struggling a little bit to put the pipe cleaner right here underneath the tail. That's because the tail already has a lot of pipe cleaner underneath it, like a lot of reds, blacks, dark browns, which basically forms the tail, and that red is of course to, replicate the red effect that you see on the design of Shin Godzilla. Right here I plan to put the pipe cleaner, the black one, to run underneath the tail, and as far as the middle part of the tail, not towards the end, because the end gets very narrow, so the middle part is where I'm going to do it. The underside of the tail was by far the easiest and least time-consuming thing to do in this whole video. And that was the tail right there. Now the tail is still technically the same, it just has an underside that starts from Godzilla's crotch, which I know, it's a weird place to where the underside starts, and it ends at the middle part of the tail right there. So now that the tail is done, I'm going to move on to finish the feet of Godzilla. This Godzilla still has a hard time standing, but that'll be resolved once the feet are done. Okay, so the feet of Shin Godzilla are finally done, and they look a whole lot better now. It's time to move on to the eyes. Alright, as you can see, I removed the eyes right there. Now that the eyes are out of there, I'm going to put the eyes right here. Technically speaking, I'm not going to resculpt the head. I think the head looks okay, but I might add a little bit more on the under right here. And then put the eyes right here, a little bit forward. And here's the reference picture that I'm going to be using. So that's where I'm going to fix the eye position and add just a little bit more bulkiness on the head. Not going to fix the whole head, mind you, but just add a little bit more bulkiness right here. So that way the eye can be right there. Alright, on to the main event, the spikes themselves. You know what? Change of plan. I'm not gonna cut it around the paper because that'll be extremely tough. Not to mention that, you know, getting it precisely, like to be shaped like the paper or like the drawing you see right there, that's gonna be very hard to do. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna cut it as best I can to match the drawing, sketch that I made after seeing pictures of Shin Godzilla's back. So that's what I'm gonna do instead. After many hours and days of working, finally Shin Godzilla is done, and here it is, in its full glory, right here. It is much more movie accurate than the old version I made from earlier this year. The old spikes right here, getting rid of them. This right here is the new Shin Godzilla that I made. So looking at it, it just looks a lot better now. It looks more accurate to the movie, especially the spikes in the back, and looking at the feet right here, the feet look a lot better. The toed claws are much more pronounced, and it just looks better. The underside of the tail is also better, and it adds more stability on the tail and more flexibility. The arms I've decided to keep it as they are. Now the head right here. The lower jaw I kept the same. I tied the lower jaw with a little bit piece of kite cleaner right there, so that way the mouth can open and close. Oh, sorry about that. And the head itself looks a lot better. The eyes have that tiny, beady effect right there, like how he does in the actual design. And the mouth can open and close just fine, now that I've tied the mouth better. So there's Shin Godzilla right there, the new and improved Shin Godzilla. Finally, to end off the video, here's a gallery of before and after pictures showing the differences between the old Shin Godzilla and the new Shin Godzilla pipe cleaner, as well as 5 images of Shin in digital dioramas, using the blue screen background and some sound effects. Feel free to comment down below what do you think of the newly updated Shin Godzilla pipe cleaner, and you can leave me with suggestions on which other pipe cleaner kaiju you want to see get an overhaul. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and share this video to help my channel grow. As always, long live the king, and I'll see you in the next video.